Hi and welcome to my vlog. I'm going to make some new collage papers today with some simple cardboard cutout shapes. I'm just using this cardboard as a shiny side and a cardboardy side. So I'm going to start by just cutting out some really simple shapes. So these are some that I've used before, so I might add some of these in if I've got space. So you can see they've still got some of the paint on, which is dried on the one side. So I'm ready for some paint. And I'm looking for some dark background shapes to begin the next series of painting. So this is just Prussian blue. We'll just get that rolled out nice and evenly. There we go. And now I'm just going to start adding my shapes. So I'm going to put the shiny side of the cardboard down. I'm just going to pop in some final little pieces to fill some of those gaps, and we're ready for paper. So I'm just using wet strength tissue paper, which has got a kind of satiny side and a more coarse side. So we're going to put it satin side down over the top. And then I'm just going to go round and just rub really lightly around the edges of the cardboard shapes underneath to make sure the paper sticks well to the paint. So I'm just feeling my way around the cardboard shapes with my fingertips. To make sure the paper comes in contact with the paint. And I'm just gonna peel the paper off straight away. And there we have our first print. Some nice kind of structural and graphic shapes for use in collage. Now I've still got quite a lot of paint left on the plate between the shapes, so I'm just going to use some of this previously printed paper just to take off some of that excess paint. And again, just rubbing the paper onto the plate. Let's have a look. It's a nice little strip. This is a great way to use up previously printed offcuts of other prints. Just get them layered up, because eventually all these pieces will be chopped up into smaller bits. There we go, that's a nice one. Okay, now it's time just to remove the shapes. So they are a bit painty, so I'll put them painty side up to dry. You can see there's still a fair bit of wet paint stuck to the cardboard, but that's okay, that'll dry and I can reuse these shapes for several more goes. Last one. So I'm just going to let that dry now, make sure that's fully dry before I come back and add the next layer of paint over the top. Okay, so I've given that probably about 10 minutes to dry, so I'm ready for my next layer of paint. So I'm going to stick with the pinks and the blues. And I'm keen to keep it reasonably light, so I'll just add a little bit of titanium. Okay, and I'm just going to mix all that up and just see what we get. So I never look for anything in particular in terms of a result when I'm printing. It's always kind of exciting just to wait and see what happens. So that mixture of paint will add a bit of interest to the background layer for the shapes. Just going to take a little bit of excess paint off. So you just start to see the outline of some of the shapes underneath. So that gives me a good idea that I've got about the right amount of paint on the plate for this layer. And next for the paper, so satiny side down with the tissue. Just give it a good rub to make sure there's good contact there. So I'm going to let that dry. So again, I've left that for about 10-15 minutes and that's good to go. Let's see what we've got. So this is a brand new gel plate and it's behaving a little bit differently to my old seasoned gel plates in that it's hanging onto the paint a bit more than my older plates do, but that's okay. I can come back and pick up some of that grunge later in another print. Let's have a look. And there we go. Lots of interesting texture, some structure from the outlines of the shapes, and even the wrinkles in the paper have left some interesting marks. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I've got 3 lots of prints out of my cardboard cutout shapes.